Welcome, Subject 13. Don't worry. You can hear me, but you can't see me. And that is perfectly normal. How do you feel?
I feel sick. And it's like my head's gonna explode.
Don't worry. It'll pass. You have been on a long journey.
Journey? What journey?
We'll come to that later, Subject 13. Tell me, instead, what you last recall.
I don't remember.
Really? Something tells me, though, that you nearly died. Am I right?
Listen, all these questions about me. Do we know each other?
Yes. And no. But for the time being, that is not an issue. Let us move on to the psychomotor tests. Please follow the instructions. Perfect, Subject 13. Now that you have regained all your faculties, I'm sure we'll form a great team.
What if I don't want to be a team with you?
Over time, you will learn to trust me. But first, you must familiarize yourself with your new environment, Subject 13. You will receive instructions as we go along.
Stop calling me that. I have a name. Franklin. Franklin Fargo.
Names mean nothing here, Subject 13.
September 15th, 2006. Hexacorp soon understood the advantages to be gained from Tau Energy. The least they could do was entrust me with managing the project. Our work camp has been under construction for 2 months now. We will be ready by the start of the year. I can't wait to begin.
October 29th, 2010. Dear team, following yesterday's events, the violent incidents involving the locals have reached a new low. I advise you to adopt greatest caution. Do not go out unless you absolutely have to, and never unarmed. In contravention of procedure, Professor F has not rubber-stamped this decision. But I'm sure he would approve, as soon as he deigns to stick his nose outside Lab 2. Aaron Velasquez, Research Assistant. P.S. Thanks for all your messages about Misty Grey.
Good. You're doing very well. The faith I have placed in you is finally going to pay off.
It was easy. But I'm getting pretty tired of your fun and games.
Come, come, come. A mind like yours must love stimulation. But don't get too comfortable. Things will soon get complicated. Let's see what you think of this first challenge.
What choice do I have?
Life is only a matter of choice and probability, Subject 13. We simply have to learn to adapt to the consequences. You do know the game tic-tac-toe?
I'm not a big game player.
The aim of tic-tac-toe is to align 3 tokens horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. The aim here is to inverse the usual rules. You have to press 6 buttons, but never form a complete line. It certainly shouldn't pose any problem to such a brilliant researcher as yourself.
Ex-researcher.
Very impressive. Now we can move on to the next stage of our mission.
What the hell do you mean, our mission?
All I can tell you for now is that it will stimulate your mind, and it will be mutually advantageous to both me and you. I bring tidings both good and bad for you, Subject 13. Which would you like to hear first?
Give me the good news.
You may be imprisoned in this complex, but you are in total security on this island.
Let's get the bad news out of the way.
I should have been totally honest with you. There is a lot of bad news. The first is that the island's former occupants have blocked all the exits to the complex. And the second is they were then brutally massacred.
And didn't you say there was good news?
Don't be so negative, Subject 13. You have to find a way out of here. Look around you. Maybe there are interesting clues to be found.
Memo 00285, July 10th, 2010. I'm certain that the embargo imposed by the magnetic field has enabled Professor F to hide important research from Hexacorp. The machine we are developing does not feature on any official report, and when I asked the professor the question, he affably replied to mind my own business. In the course of 10 years in this profession, I thought I'd seen it all. But right now I don't understand how sacrificing chickens can help our research advance. Furthermore, it's been more than a week that the professor has been holed up in his bedroom, and he only opens the door to retrieve his meal tray. His behavior makes me fear the worst for his mental health. When the supply boat returns, I'll make sure to send a full report to HQ. Aaron Velasquez, Research Assistant.
April 15th, 2012. How can I explain what happened? A false move? A short circuit? Suddenly the machine started up by accident while I was checking the translation module circuit boards. There was a huge noise and bright lights, and I lost consciousness for a few moments. Everything was my fault. If only I had waited for her return from lunch, the accident would probably never have happened. The upshot is that I woke up here in this abandoned complex. I've been locked up here for several days now, and I haven't seen a soul. All I found are the memo recorders that I'm using to leave this message. I shall start exploring the island tomorrow. September 5th, 2009. Honey, I hope you get this message. This damn magnetic field is disturbing all our communications and has disabled radio contact. We're going to have to wait another 4 months before the next supply boat arrives. Sitting and waiting here is impossible without news of you and the kids. Thank them for the drawing and many thanks to you for the scent. I love you. Ross.